Up in these hills, but right now looks so different.
That's Emma Vardy in the Angeles National Forest. Well, the Eaton fire is the second biggest. It's burnt through 14,000 acres so far. It is currently 27% contained. This is a picture of Peter DiVito's house before it burnt down a few days ago. This is it now, after the fire took hold of it, burning everything in its path except the chimney stack. Peter, his wife and 2 dogs, thankfully evacuated safely. They've now fled to the north of California, to Napa, and we can speak to Peter now. Hello, Peter. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so sorry to hear what you've been through. Where do we even begin? Tell us a little about what happened.
Thank you, Karen. Yeah, it's just an overwhelming mix of emotions at the moment, and hearing all the stories that you're playing right now is, yeah, we just keep getting re-traumatized by all these stories. And cut to Tuesday night where, we heard about the winds and some of the fires starting in the Palisades. Don't exactly know when. We got home from work. We're settling with the dogs. It's really, really windy. And, we're preparing for whatever, probably the winds. We didn't suspect that anything else would happen. Certainly hope nothing else would happen. And it was about 6:30. We just had some takeaway, and my sister texted us from Cleveland, Ohio, saying, "Hey, are you guys okay? We heard that there's a fire, maybe in Altadena." And we're like, "Yeah, we're fine. We just have the winds." So, we looked outside. The power appeared to go out. We had a backup generator, Tesla Powerwall, so we had some power to some of the rooms in the house, and we were okay. We just heard the wind. We didn't, had no texts, no calls, nothing. Cut to about 7:30, 7:45, our neighbor starts screaming over the fence and screaming our names. So we hear her calling our names, and we run outside and say, "What's going on?" She's like, "We need to leave." We go, "Why?" She goes, "Look." And we look up and we see the flames, right? We see them coming, cresting over the hill. And we needed to get out of there, right? So we get our dogs, we get whatever we could. We got a bag of, toiletries for the evening, and, hoping for the best that we were going to come back. And then our gate was stuck, right? There was power off. I had to, get the gate open and get the dogs in the car. And then we rushed to, our friend. We went with our friend that pretty much rescued us. We went to her parents' house down the street, actually a couple of towns over in Arcadia. And we hunkered down there and waited and hoped for the best. And then cut to, right? We didn't sleep, of course. We're all together, with 7 dogs and 12 people, and scared out of our minds and not knowing what's happening. And then, the next morning we start getting updates that, it appears that Altadena is on fire, massively on fire. So we try to make our way back around 11:30, and everything's closed. They're not letting us through. So we really work our way through the back. And we're able to make it to our street. And our street, you can't go down our street. We make to a parallel street, Marengo. So we go up to Palm, and we have to park on the street there. And we had to walk in about a block and a half because the power lines were down. There were houses burning. We just had to know. We had to know what was happening and what was of our house. And of course, as we walk up, it's gone, right? It's completely devastation. My wife completely broke down. Our neighbor was numb and frozen. And, I'm trying to console my wife. I take a quick video, and I'm trying to hold her. Like, we need to leave. And she wouldn't leave. And I'm telling my neighbor, we have to go, you guys. It's not safe. There's fires all around us. Our street is literally burning. And, thankfully we all started, walking back, and then we had to run back because there was fires. The house is on fire to the right of us. We're really, really raging. And we made it back to the car safely. And, we were numb. It's hard to comprehend, right? When it looks like literally a nuclear bomb went off and leveled our entire city. You look through, and all you just see for hundreds of meters. And we weren't prepared. There was no precautions taken. Why were we not? We don't understand why we're not better prepared. There's no brush clearance. There's no call. There's no text. No one came to warn us. If it wasn't for our neighbor, who knows what would happen to us? It's beyond reproach how our government has handled the situation, from Karen Bass to Gavin Newsom. State, city, and local community governments they failed us in every possible way, Karen, and it's an absolute shame. And there needs to be massive amounts of accountability on every level why we were not better prepared. We are the 5th largest economy in the world, and we don't have better technology to better prepare ourselves in any way, shape, or form for something this catastrophic, and it's still burning. It's absolutely inexcusable in every way, shape, and form. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say other than it's an absolute tragedy of the greatest scale, and LA will never be the same. Our community will never be the same. Altadena was diverse socioeconomically and culturally in every way you could think of. Artists, business people, everybody. And it was filled with love and light and just beauty and connection. And it's gone. And it's gone.
Peter, we hear the emotion in your voice, and everybody who is hearing you is trying to imagine what it must be like to have gone through something, the sort of thing that you're going through and still go through now. Can you even find the words to describe your emotions now and how you take the next step even? Are you even thinking that far?
Yeah, well, Karen, there's so much being felt, right? And we are literally being re-traumatized minute by minute as we tell the story and we relive it and we see the videos, our friends and our family and my clients. I'm a real estate agent in the city, and my clients many are displaced, right? And it's extremely sad. We are destroyed, and we think about rebuilding, and then of course there's resolve. We have a beautiful community, amazing people, but what are we setting ourselves up for? What does the future look like? If they can't contain this, we're going to rebuild to live this out again? Are they going to fail us again? Like, how many times do wildfires have to happen in the state of California for someone to say, enough, something isn't working? Where is the money going? I heard water was not in fire hydrants, or the water pressure was missing. The Santa Ynez Canal, or the reservoir, was empty. It's been empty, which is just above the Palisades. The Santa Ynez Reservoir was empty since February 2024. I'm sorry, why? And then there was a $17.8 million budget cut by our mayor, Karen Bass, last year. Wait, the demands of fires are getting more, and they're increasing every year. Our city chief told you they need 64 more stations just to keep up with the demand. They have built none. They have been underprepared and under-resourced in every way, shape, or form.
Peter, I just wanted to ask you something, because I saw one thing that you said to our producer where they were talking to you. You thought when you left that night that you would be back in the morning, that this was just a drill, if you like.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what. That's why we weren't prepared. I didn't have an emergency bag. I literally have a bag of toiletries. I have one pair of underwear. I have one shirt. I have one hoodie and sweatpants. That's it. We were not prepared at any way, shape, or form, because we thought this has happened before. Like, the winds have been bad. Santa Ana's happened every single year. That's not new information, right? So we figured, okay, this is a precaution. We're going to get out of here. We're going to be safe. We're going to be smart, do what we can. But my wife's wedding dress is gone, right? My wedding ring is gone. Everything. I mean, everything is gone in the home, and it's, look, obviously material possessions can be replaced. We're grateful for that. We do have insurance. Many people don't. People's insurance policies have been canceled over the years and were canceled just weeks ago. State Farm is one of the biggest culprits. They're rejecting claims already. Allstate is probably just as bad. Like I said, I deal with this all the time, and I'm hearing people getting canceled day in and day out. And like I said, we can rebuild our home, but what about the memories? What about, all the substance of love and compassion? We had a special house, a special neighborhood. Everybody was so close, and it's all gone, right? It's all gone. Every bit of it. How will LA ever be the same? How will we be able to trust our leaders? They have failed us. The government should provide safety and security. They failed on all of those levels.
Peter, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we have to go now. But we thank you so much for giving us a sense of what you've been through and talking to us, and we wish you all the best. Peter DiVito speaking to us from further north in the state now. Thank you.